Today on Bergen Spotlight, we have a special show for you guys. We have a real live vampire here with us today, Vlad the Impaler, and we believe he's made his way all the way from Transylvania. Thanks for joining us.
Blah.
All right. Now, vampires, as you all know, you can't see your own reflection. So my first question is, they have this vampires, especially now with the Twilight coming out, very groomed, very good looking, very tuxedos, the hair's combed back and everything. With no reflection, how does one vampire go about getting himself dressed in the morning?
We don't get dressed. We're just like this all the time. We don't have clothing. The clothing just appears on us. It's only an illusion.
An illusion to you, or an illusion to...
An illusion to every human that is out there. It's only an illusion, because once we turn into bats, have you noticed that there are no clothes left?
Yeah, that's a good point. Didn't think of it that way. Now, since we're on the subject of film and cinema, in the 1920s, Nosferatu came out, which, gave your kind very mainstream attention in the media in Hollywood. Now, in the 2000s, we live in an age where vampires have been somewhat, somewhat sissified. It's a word I made up for sissies, because that's what they look like. Now, what's your opinion on that?
Well, speaking from experience, because I have been around for about 2,000 years, the problem is that as soon as my vampires try to get some new vampires by attacking humans and sucking all their blood, the problem is that they are not picking the right type of human. They're picking these sissy boys off the street. They don't even know anything about them. But because it just looks good and they look really tasty to them, they just pick on random people and they don't know any information about them, and they just suck their blood and not knowing what they're trying to introduce into my kind. It has become a problem because now now that vampires have no more they have no more beef to them, because they are so friendly-like. They are causing us to become extinct, because this is the only way that we actually
reproduce.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now if Edward Cullen were to be sitting here, what would you say to him? What kind of message would you have for him?
I would tell him that he's a freaking idiot.
Do vampires usually? I'm not familiar with the Twilight series in terms of what they do, but do vampires usually get along together?
They are really relationship neutral. They just look at each other as sort of a reflection to themselves.
Is that possibly how the vampires are so well groomed? Maybe they look at each other and they give each other advice.
Yes. We tend to morph into each other. We look at that guy and we like, how he looks, and then we sort of try to blend in with.
Sort of like chameleons almost.
Right. But we don't blend in with homeless people, because then otherwise everyone will run away from us.
That's a good point.
We have to look nice so people are attracted to us. That way they will become the target for us. They are making themselves already into a victim because they are attracted to us. You see how this works?
Yes, I see how this works.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of sexual activity, what do you have you been with a bat and a person? Do you have a preference, or are vampires asexual?
Contrary to popular belief, vampires do not have sex with other vampires. Even when they are in bat form, they do not have sex with other bats. Real bats can actually distinguish between their own bats and vampire kind. Vampire bats are not the same as regular bats.
Now, when you go out and you're part of society, it's just nature to have cravings. You must have cravings for blood at times where you can't feast. Do you find that there's any replacements or any substitutes for blood that that get you through the day?
Well, yeah. We usually tend to switch to lycopene from time to time, which is basically tomato juice. It looks just like blood. It's pretty much as nutritious. But the thing is that lycopene is just not as good as the regular hemoglobin-rich blood that we like to drink.
Interesting. I know you have a religious intolerance, as do all vampires. So what I drew something up here, and I want to know what we're gonna, I want to show this to you, and I want to hear what your opinion is, and I'm going to show this to the camera here. So we can get a close up here before you see it, and let the camera see it. What do you think?
Oh, no, don't show me that. I get sick from looking at it.
You can't even look at it?
No, I can't. No, it makes my eyes burn.
Oh.
Sorry, no, don't show me that. Yeah, see, my eyes are getting all teary now from looking at that. That basically comes from when priests used to hunt us down. They would use these symbols,
Yeah.
and over time we just developed a sickness for them because we just got so tired of looking at this shit.
Oh, I don't think you could say that. But, this is a symbol though that you probably see often if you walk down the street and you see a church. What do you do?
Avoid the church.
You avoid it. What do you do for? You guys live lavish lifestyles. You live mansions. Most of you guys, and you sleep in a coffin, which those are pretty expensive. How do you afford all of this?
Well, we like high class stuff, but we didn't really buy it. We just inherit stuff from people that were before us.
Are you trying to say that you stole this maybe from some of your victims?
We did not steal any of it. We just inherited from our ancestry. These castles belong to our, grandparents. So this is not stolen property. This is property that we own. And we don't like it when people barge into our property and make a mess of it, We tend to turn those people into vampires too.
Do
They
vampires
can
pay?
serve for us.
Do vampires pay taxes?
No, we do not pay taxes. We do not work. We just suck blood.
So do you guys feel like maybe you can go out and take some of your victims' possessions after they've gone? Do you think that's right?
No, we do not steal possessions. As I am telling you, our clothing is just an illusion. We don't have any clothing. In reality, we are just.
I wasn't talking
we are
about the
just
clothing.
bats.
I was talking about the material objects that seem to disappear after someone's been attacked by a vampire.
Oh, we do not take it. The police just takes it all. If you want to recover some of these possessions, you just go into a police chief's office. He has everything.
Well, you go around and you take the lives of innocent human beings. Are you supposed to tell me that that's fine because you're a vampire?
Yeah, we just turn them into vampires. We don't kill them. They can work for us. They always do. They
So
actually like being vampires,
let me see if I've gotten this correct. Are you telling me that when a vampire does it, it's not illegal?
No, it's not. There is no law saying that it is illegal. Not in our books, not by the laws that we follow.
Wow. Mr. Vlad, thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, you too.
It's very eye-opening.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us on another edition of Bergen Spotlight. I'm George Estrella, and I'm signing off.